Welcome back to Financial Coaching Kingdom, the place where you pursue biblical stewardship, build lasting wealth, and break free from financial burdens. My question for you today is simple yet heavy. Do you feel the burden of debt? That constant anxiety, the rising interest, the feeling that no matter how hard you work, you're just running on a treadmill, making payments to the bank instead of growing your family's future? If that's where you are right now, if you're using debt just to make it through the month, that's okay. We've all been there. But today, we're giving you the practical, God-honoring plan to escape that trap. We've covered the powerful engine of your income, and last week, we mastered the controls of your expenses. Now, we address the result of spending more than we make, debt. Whether it's credit cards, student loans, or just a bad month, debt can become a burden that limits our generosity and our potential. We're going to talk about the concept of good debt versus bad debt, but more importantly, we're presenting the single most powerful strategy to defeat it, the debt snowball. This isn't just math, it's a behavior plan designed to get you quick wins and the momentum you need to keep fighting until you're 100% debt free. Let's get to work, stop the bleeding, and prepare to roll the snowball. Welcome to Financial Coaching Kingdom, the podcast that helps you align your money with your purpose. I'm your host, John. We've all felt the weight of financial stress, the sleepless nights, the silent disagreements with our spouse, the feeling that we're just not in control. But what if there's a better way? What if managing your money was less about math and more about peace of mind? On this podcast, we'll explore a different kind of financial freedom. It's not just about what you earn or what you owe. It's about the emotional clarity that comes from being on the same page with your spouse, the spiritual strength you gain from worshiping God with your finances, and the deep satisfaction of knowing you're building a lasting legacy for your family. Every week, we'll cut through the noise to bring you simple, powerful truths that will help you move from financial chaos to confidence. If you're ready to find clarity, grow in unity, and live with purpose, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Do you feel the burden of debt, the constant payments, the rising interest, the lack of margin? Debt is a tool that can become a burden that limits generosity and the future potential. Many of us use debt to make it through the month. And if that's where you are currently, that's okay. Let's continue to learn more about personal finances. First, we learned about our income and how it is a powerful wealth building tool that God uses to provide for us. We then discussed our expenses and how, as stewards, it is up to us to make wise decisions with the money God has given us. Now, what happens when we spend more than what we make at any given time? Oftentimes, that leads us into debt. Some common causes of debt are lifestyle creep, keeping up with the Joneses, purchasing a house, purchasing vehicles that are more than what we've budgeted, medical bills, furnace goes out, student loans, signature loans, payday loans, having poor insurance coverage, and retail therapy. Some of these causes are completely avoidable, while others may be avoidable with proper planning, and some are completely out of our control. When we have debt, we owe money to someone or some entity. If you owe a family member, it can be a strain on the relationship. If you owe a bank or credit card company, they are earning money from you. You are helping them make interest, and compounding interest is working for them and against you. As we are reminded in Ecclesiastes 6:12, for who knows what is good for man while he lives the few days of his vain life? which passes like a shadow. For who can tell man what will be after him under the sun? We do not know what will be happening in our lives. Many times I've been surprised to learn that my initial understanding of a position or a relationship is not what actually came about. Financially speaking, it is a good idea to have some important insurance products in your life. Some people classify debt as good debt and bad debt, while others see all debt as bad debt. How you see debt will dramatically change your approach to it. So, what do we call bad debt? Or what do some people call bad debt? Those are these ropes and chains of life. They are the high interest, the unsecured debt used to purchase items that depreciate or are immediately consumed. This is a primary target. Examples would be credit cards, payday loans, store credit, medical bills, unsecured personal loans. This debt is driven by consumerism and lack of discipline. This debt must be attacked with the highest intensity. And then there's what some people call good debt, the tools. Debt for assets that typically appreciate or help generate income, usually carrying a lower interest rate. Examples of this would maybe a mortgage, debt on a primary residence, student loans, investing in an income potential, business loans. While often seen as necessary, we still treat these as temporary. The goal is to pay these off early too, for total financial peace. You need a strategy that changes your behavior and keeps you motivated through the long fight. The debt snowball is the method that achieves this. The concept is list all your debts from the smallest balance to the largest balance, ignoring the interest rates. Action is the role. You pay minimum payments on all debts except the smallest one. You attack that smallest debt with everything you can find in your budget. Why it works? It's behavioral. This method builds momentum and creates quick psychological wins. The triumph of paying off that first debt gives you the emotional drive to keep fighting the rest. It's 80% behavior and 20% math. Before the snowball can roll, you must prepare the ground. Stop the bleeding, cut up the credit cards, and commit to taking on no new debt. You cannot fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Inventory your enemy. Create the debt snowball list, smallest to largest balance. Knowing your enemy's size is the first step in defeating it. Final, it's the fuel. Launch your zero-based budget to identify the extra cash flow that will be used for the snowball. You throw all to your smallest debt every month. Eliminating debt is not the finish line, it's the launch pad. When you break the ropes or chains of debt, every dollar you earn is redirected from banks and creditors to your own household, freeing up massive cash flow for generous giving, aggressive investing, and living out your God-given purpose without compromise. You've heard the wisdom and you understand the benefits. But if putting it all into practice feels overwhelming, you don't have to do it alone. A budget is a roadmap to financial peace, and I can help you create one that works for your life. Ready to take the first step? Contact financial coach johnllc.com today and schedule your free consultation. Let's get your budget working for you. Hey guys, before we keep diving in, I need to take a moment for a real honest conversation. If you are listening right now and you feel shame or anxiety because you are currently relying on credit cards, overdrafts, or other debt just to make it through the month, I want you to hear this clearly. It's okay, and you are not alone. Financial struggles touch everyone, including committed Christians, men, professionals, and sometimes life just hits hard. Maybe it was unexpected medical bills, a job loss, or maybe you successfully got out of debt only to find yourself right back into it a few years later. That happens. The enemy loves to use guilt and shame to keep us paralyzed. But we serve a God of grace, and this is a journey. We have to look at the problem without shame and ask God for strength to move forward. The world constantly pushes debt on us. They entice us with cash back, rewards, points, and free travel. Listen, these offers are marketing traps designed to keep money for the banks and not for you. They prey on the idea that you can beat the system. The reality is, debt is the norm in America. According to recent data from the Federal Reserve, millions of American households carry credit card debt, with the total national debt surpassing $1 trillion. The number is staggering. You are simply caught in a massive cultural trap. But here's the good news. You can get out. If you are currently relying on debt, the first act of stewardship is to stop the bleeding, cut up the cards, and use your income, the powerful tool God gave you to launch the debt snowball. There is grace for you right now. Let's extend that grace to ourselves, shake off the shame, and focus entirely on a proven plan that leads to freedom. We know that budgeting isn't just about numbers. It's about peace of mind and building a secure future for you and your family. If you're ready to move from feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered, let's talk. Head over to financialcoachjohnllc.com and schedule a free chat. Together, we can build a budget that helps you live with purpose and peace.